Hello. Hi, everyone. I hope you're well. I hope everybody's fine. Also, hi, Ellie. Hi, Izori, B, and Salad. Welcome. Oh, God, sorry. I reached too high of a voice there. Oh, but seriously, I hope you're doing well. I've been okay-ish. Yes, I mean mostly okay. Yesterday was tough because I went to the gym, the usual, of course. But then right after the gym, I went to like dance lessons and oh my god, my legs are hurting so badly. But when I was in the gym, I asked my coach if we could do focus on stretching mostly because I wouldn't want to be dead after the dance lessons as well. Oh, but other than that, yeah, not much since day before yesterday. Mm, I don't remember what I was saying that I would play on Thursday, but I've heard a lot about the beginner's guide, and I don't know why I've kept stumbling upon mentions of beginner's guide in the last month or so. And I think yesterday or today was one moment where somebody again mentioned something about beginner's guide, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should finally play it because it's such an amazing game, or so I heard. But she guided my beginner to like, to you what? Tell you what? B. But I also heard, so heads up, I heard that it may be emotional. I don't know. It's made by the same guy that made uh, Stanley Parable, if I remember correctly. So, narration heavy, if I understand, and story heavy, I guess. But I also heard that it's pretty short. I think you can finish it in like 2 hours or something. So we'll see what to do next after we finish this one. I think I mentioned I could do some rigging in Live 2D, or we could just, go back to Starcom Nexus. Emotions, like from hit film Inside Out? Wait, I love when I love seeing memes being like, Disco Elysium is Inside Out for adults. Because in that one you also have like talking internal voices representing different states and emotions and such. So yeah, and I've been playing some more Disco Elysium. I'm trying to play as a communist cop right now, so I'm still very deep in Disco Elysium. But when it comes to Disco Elysium, I spoke with some of my friends, and they are very, like, they were very moved by the game, and I don't know, I didn't feel it, I guess. Um, and I spoke with one friend when I went to visit last weekend for their birthday. Because I remember that friend also very much liked Disco Elysium, and I was talking with them like, yeah, it's a great game. I very much enjoyed it, but I didn't feel that much. It didn't impact me as much, like emotionally or something. Uh, and I was thinking about it why, and I think it's mostly because it's very straightforward with how it describes certain things. Like it does not leave much to your interpretation. Meanwhile, I the when I think about my favorite games, like all-time favorites, those are the ones that rather make you think, and they don't like say outright certain things. Like, for example, Journey, which has quite literally no narration at all, like no dialogue, no text, no nothing. And it's one of my favorite games. Like I feel it touched me emotionally very much. Similarly to Outer Wilds. I mean, you had story over there, but the theme, the wider theme of the game is more implied, and you have to figure it out by yourself. So I'm not saying it's bad, and I also think that with Disco Elysium it's very important that they outright said certain things, because considering how very political that game is, you know, how many political themes are over there, I think they had to be very straightforward with certain things. So yeah, I enjoyed it very much. It didn't move me that much. And B, going back to your message, I haven't seen Inside Out, so I can't comment. Oh my god. Please make sure audio is on. Okay, I can even bring it up a little bit for you guys, so we can make sure that the audio is on. But why white? God, I should have put out different
Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
Okay.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he...
Oh, wait a second. Maybe I think I put the audio a little too loud, because I don't want the game to be louder than me. So let me bring it down a little bit. Also, hi, The Real. I hope you're well. Okay.
He starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town. He then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last
Jesus
game,
Christ!
and he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken...
Hi, Salad. Also, the sheep beginner of my guy to like the God. I love it that B made the same joke
to gather all of his work
a little earlier.
Is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading,
Okay, I have to start by saying that I'm not liking what's happening so far. Email. I think that's a real email address, considering that usually people who make these type of meta games, they do add sometimes an ARG, I guess, element to it. Like, I remember playing Hex, and it had also, there was also another game connected to the world that you could download and play. You know, on Steam, normally, but it was not, like, it was just mentioned in Hex. But anyway, but what I dislike about what's happening so far in here is that Coda didn't want those games shared. Like, and now sharing it against their will, I think, I don't like that. If I don't know what I would do if somebody found, I don't know, a folder of my sketches and then put them out on the internet. Or, I don't know, put them in a gallery or whatever. Even if a wider audience's reaction would be positive, I would still be very upset. Imagine if Coda is the creator, like, but narrator is Dave, and he's saying that he puts out those things to show Coda that their creations could be appreciated.
Show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Oh, I see. The camera is placed a little too high. Oh!
Warning. Whisper machine active. Ship destruction imminent.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's no sound. It's
Security code breached. Hostile alien life form.
it's better than just the map for Counter-Strike, I
It
guess.
kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh, yeah.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
You know what? Also, the fact that he's pointing out mistakes makes me feel that this is not to truly appreciate
Hi,
the
Auntie.
creations. Hi, Loomis. But rather to, you know, make fun of that friend. Because why would you point that out? I wouldn't have noticed if you haven't pointed it out. Three? Interesting. Anything else? Oh, okay. Okay. What is this, Angie? This is the beginner's guide. Because this game has been haunting me for a while now.
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
No, dude! I love labyrinths! Fuck you!
Or if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
Thank you. You are destroying my user experience. This map feels like Fallout 3 DLC. There was a DLC with the aliens. I'm only 10 minutes late, but you're already playing a game? Yes. Mothership Zeta. Yes, that one.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. could disrupt him by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
I mean, sure.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Wait. Let me catch up. So what I'm getting here is you're playing a walkthrough of a cult classic game that never got past beta. Source dead screen. I always thought that, I mean, I remember usually in Source you would fall down, not just in, you know, in an instant from being upright
Hi,
go to
Angie.
the horizontal position. Hi, Karma. Because I felt that there was always this weird, not slow motion, but that weird slow meh. 30? These are numbers. What's COD? Call of Duty? Also, a little bit to answer your question, the beginner's guide is a game made by Stanley Parable people. And I heard a lot about it, and because I kept hearing about it in the last month, I was like, the universe is telling me to play it, so I decided to finally play it. And it's... are we playing this blind? I'm playing it completely blind. So yeah, so please, no spoilers. We'll see. So far, I don't like Dave. From the beginning, I don't like Dave because Dave is our narrator, and he's telling us that he really admired the creations of his friend Coda, and that because Coda just stopped creating things, he decided, oh, I'm gonna show you all of the stuff that Coda made, so you can appreciate it. So that maybe will. I'm missing a word. Inspire Coda to go back to creating. And I already dislike this idea because if somebody did that to me, I would be very angry. You have played Stanley Parable. Oh, yeah, I have played Stanley Parable, yes. If it was COD, there would be a message on screen. To die in space is glory and nobody should want glory. Okay. Alright. Oh! What? Oh. It could be interpreted as a bug, or it
The
could...
beam causes you to start floating.
That's fine.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Uh-huh. I played the Stanley Parable to death. I've never actually played the beginner's guide, but I watched a lot very in-depth essays and analysis about it. I will probably watch a lot of... Oh, the past was behind...
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh, that is cool. Oh, and do I have to watch for the holes near the walls? In the floor? Oh! But the future.
So it's a
could not
short
be
and
seen.
relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative.
Oh.
It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Wow, I love it. Oh, oh. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it? Huh?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
I like that one. Wait, before we move on. Basic premise of the beginner's guide didn't attract me, so I wasn't in a hurry to play it, and then I found these really interesting videos about it, so I just substituted watching stuff about it and felt that was enough for me. I don't think I would have enjoyed the game. Okay, I'm not going to ask why, because I feel that could spoil the fun for me, but yeah. We will talk about it after I finish. Flash game where you can never go back. I'm not sure I ever encountered that one. Okay, it's dark. And I can... Very narrow path. Okay. Can't go back. I can only move forward. On a very... You are now entering. We are now entering Silent Hill. Ah!
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
You go through the maze of going...
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
You go through the maze.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
You can... Oh, you go through the maze, only forward and try collect prizes on the way, and you can have wife and she doubles your treasure but limits where you can go. And the further you go through the game, the more the camera distorts, so you can see more behind you and less in front. But you can never go back. Damn, Dave interrupting you. Yeah, Dave is annoying.
I know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here. Sorry.
I don't believe you. There's an invisible wall. Very weird sounds. I hear something like voices or echoes. They're gone. Maybe I was hallucinating. You suck, Dave! Oh, the game's probably died when Flash did? Maybe. But also I remember seeing some initiative to translate Flash games to some other engine, let's call it, so they could still be experienced. You probably want it that way. Effervescent. I think you made Today I Drown. That is a very interesting title. Oh, we are slowing down.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Man, he's breaking the games of his friend. He's showing me, like, what they are supposed to be instead of what the friend actually made. That's annoying. And out of spite, I want to keep going at this snail's pace, you know? We're doing this intended. Yes, exactly, Daryl, you get me. If the developer intended us to experience it this way, this is how I'm gonna experience it. I am not speeding it up. I mean, I have nothing against modding games, but if you are playing something for the first time, I would say it's best to do, you know, the vanilla version. Like, I broke that rule only when I was playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, because truthfully the community mods were like fixed the game in many aspects, because I would probably have a very bad experience if I didn't play it with mods. But those mods were like changing the game mechanics. They just, you know, fixed the bugs, upscaled certain stuff so, you know, it would work on newer machines. So yeah. We are playing the intended way. Today I Drowned was fun. There's this poem that's full of pain and suffering and start chained to the bottom of the sea with the poem above you, and you trash around and find another word that you can swap in the poem, and that changes where you are. And in each place you find new words to change the poem, which changes the environment, and try to make a good poem to set you free. That's a very interesting concept. I have watched first-time Star Sector streams where streamers stops the stream during tutorial to start downloading mods to heavily convert the game. They haven't even tried it. It's like, you know, getting a dish that you haven't tried yet and putting a bunch of ketchup on top of it because you like ketchup. Like, I understand you like ketchup, and maybe try the thing by itself, you know, first, okay? New Vegas, like, bro, I'm not playing without the stretchy models? What do you mean stretchy models? What does that mean? And now we go back. I get it. I think I understand the symbolism behind slowed down pace of reaching the door. The anticipation, the fear, the stress. Dumb physics? Why? Wait, but the only time I played the game not the intended way, like, but it wasn't the first time. You finished New Vegas already, right? You've played New Vegas already, and then you downloaded the stupid physics, right? Notification. Wait, Loomis, I'm sorry, you're mistaking Star Sector with Starcom Nexus. Wait, I can't get inside? No, I can. Sorry, I just stopped on a wall. And that looks like a room. It was your... Why? What? The real... Can you... Why? Can you explain? Please. You are a gate. A series of lavish manuals come with the game, giving you incorrect instruction on how to play. You are the queen, dusting your jewel plate.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Oh, you walk around talking people down from pursuing their hopes and dreams? A keen one
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
So see, that, and you wanted us to speedrun this, and there was symbolism behind that. Ready, set, fish! I am honestly impressed that the person, you know, was just messing and making silly little projects. I mean, not silly, that's putting it down, but making little projects, but making them 3D and, you know, putting models and mechanics in that. When I was making silly little games, those were mostly 2D platformers.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
What? What? Oh!
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Also, I saw these 3 dots in one of the previous games, so I wonder if that's like a signature. You did play New Vegas Vanilla Way? That's good.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay, I don't see another solution. I think I need to follow... Oh! So that's a lot
How
of...
about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing.
Huh.
I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I thought to myself right now, holy shit, if he built a level like that, imagine like in 2008, 2009, if you tried to play it, it would eat up a lot of your memory. Because the whole place would have to load. What about a game that make mods the intended way to play it? Like the creator makes mods for it and just dumped all Nexus with the different names? Also, the players don't know which is a part of the game and not part of the game. That is honestly a cool idea. I love it. That would be great. That would be so confusing. Also evil. But so great. You are now exiting. We were entering and now we are exiting.
So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Hi, Inky. How are you doing? The great and lovely descent. Huh. I'm having a flashback to Dreamfall.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
Ah, yes, Angie's favorite game, Dreamfall, including all the sequels. I'm so glad you remember my rant.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Okay, Karma, I'm sorry, I tried to read your message, but it also confused me, and because it might be a spoiler, I refuse to dig deeper. So I'll see if I can understand it later. I should play it again. You mean the beginner's guide? I don't know what Dreamfall is, but the sequel better be called Dreamfell. No, the sequel is called Dreamfall Chapters. Dreamfold, Dreamfeld, Dream...
To the creator, shape what kinds of creative work they're gonna end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh, but he built a little cafe. That's very cute. Oh, okay. I guess we go to the basement. Unless... Huh! Parkour! Ah! Parkour! Ah! Parkour! I want to open that door! Can't parkour. Okay, I guess we're going inside. That's a very different setting. And I guess there aren't many invisible walls here, and you can actually... Oh! Ah! I'm not gonna make it! Ah! Goodbye! Oh! What? What? Ah. Guy made this game about a guy who made this game, and that same guy is voicing it. He's role-playing two of himself. House of Leaves. Okay, okay. House of Leaves, I know. Speedrun, I guess. I guess I did try to speedrun it. You want video game House of Leaves? I haven't finished reading House of Leaves because it was pretty complicated, but I know of the concept. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And I love the music here. I'm also reading it now. You're reading House of Leaves now? Right, I am reading The Martian right now. These look like... What? For horses. Whatever it's called. But upstairs looks like prison. Oh! Oh, okay. I guess I live here now. Oh! What? Oh! Game? Oh, I can't. Invisible wall. Ah! okay, I guess I go here.
This
And I
prison,
stay.
funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
I don't know. Maybe we
This is
want
something
to
that you and I
sit
used-
for an hour in there. Wait, didn't Stanley Parable had a an achievement for not playing the game for what, 4 years? 3 years? Don't give up on it, Angie. I want to get back to it. I also know that there's a soundtrack made for House of Leaves. So I want to get back to that. I was trying to, at least. I've started reading again, so might start over. Some bits are tougher to get though, I suppose. Oh. Yes, there's a soundtrack for the game. For the book. For the House of Leaves. I think it was made by the sister of the author? Or somebody related. I think I remember something along those lines. If you look for the book, I think you can find also the information on the soundtrack.
Argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
Maybe there was. Maybe you
There
just... maybe. I think Dave fundamentally misunderstood what Coda was doing. Because obviously, considering that Coda was making those games and never released them, only kept them in his own computer and folder, the joke wasn't in the games, the joke was playing the games. Haha. Yeah! I thought the same, Loomis. So yeah, obviously, Coda made those things for himself, not for other people. So they didn't have to be playable. They were supposed to be what he wanted them to be. And he wanted them to be... And there are those 3 dots again. I wonder what they mean.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Okay. How does Dave get Coda's copies of these games if they were never released? He didn't say. He just said that he has those games, and because Coda didn't want them, you know. I'm sorry. And because Coda stopped making them, and he wants to convince Coda to start working on them again. He said Coda sent a zip file, right? He sent a zip file of, I think they were just, you know, I think Coda was sharing his games with, their games with Dave. Maybe Dave has, just old copies of those games. Or maybe he somehow got the access to Coda's personal computer for some reason. Or maybe they are the same person. Maybe they are the same person and the narrator just needed to you know, make a personification of his insecurities and put them into Coda, so then we can like force his insecurities to let him work on games again. My guess. You there? Did you come
Here,
from
Coda
up
begins
above?
using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
What was up there? There was a world stamped with whiteness. There was an enormous prison I spent hours in. There were these floating... There was a prison I spent hours in. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle. I prefer not to tell you. After all, I just met you. What? But you don't understand. We are trapped here. That puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it. You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't. Let me describe it for you. Let me tell you all that what is over there. Alright, I'll tell you how to solve it. Hi, Sigam! I get the vibe that maybe they were flatmates or something, and sometimes they would use Coda's PC and there'd be games folder just out in the open, and sometimes they would open it up and just play. And that's fine, they're not made for other people. The painting is on the bedroom wall, but if someone walks in, they can see it. Yeah, maybe! Also, another thing is that Dave, I think it's very likely that Dave had the access to Coda's computer. Sorry. Because Dave said at some point that Coda renamed their trash bin on the computer to most important game projects or something like that. Listen only mode, Sigan's in the office. Okay. Then enjoy lurking. My battery is about to go. Oh no! Save the battery. These guys are trapped because the puzzle door only worked one way. Yeah. You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't. But then again, I don't know how it is in here. So yeah, let me describe it for you. Yeah, and let me tell you everything that is over there, and maybe you can decide again. No, that isn't possibly enough. I need to actually be there. I cannot simply be told what it is. I must see it myself. I must escape this prison. There must be an ending. Huh. Dave probably copied all the files because Coda is the kind of person who would randomly delete all their files and never look back. And that would be a shame to Dave's mind. Yeah. Actually, yes, I agree. Hello, how did you get there? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Yes, do you want to know how I solved it? Oh, how to solve it? No, we actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Why would I care about this space between the doors? Actually, now that you mentioned it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. Yes, there were animal sounds and there was a fog. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. Okay, interesting. Don't lick the door. I have not licked the door. Very curious.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Uh-huh. Oh, this reminds me of Nobody Lives Under the Lighthouse. And this looks like...
It's a lamppost.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're gonna see it in the work as well. His games are just gonna become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
The game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Really? Wait, no. Coda turned into a moth. Yeah. Nice room, not. Oh.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
What? Why were you so... No point to this. Boo day. There are so many notes. Whoa, holy shit. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Reasonable.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Define fun.
But it's ironic,
the king
isn't
of the
it, that in
world!
playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Do you feel like a hero? Wait, I want to read this one. I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it was the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be as majestic as that. I never want to see again if nothing will ever be that beautiful again. I'm crying right now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go now do that. Interesting. Cool cavern, bro. We're running out of space. Soon we will suffocate. In a world full of notes, one man will read all of them this summer. You will believe blue speech bubbles can talk. There are too many messages in this area. Why? Hey, I can type here. I would rather be doing anything other than playing this. The guy over there wrote so much wrong. Is there a way to get to the other ones over there? I don't think there is. I don't think it's possible. Yeah, there's an invisible wall. I can't try jumping over there. But wait, maybe we will get there somehow? We shall see. What the shit is this cavern? But also, Dave said that he met Coda when he went back to his hometown and there was a game jam. So he never met Coda before that. And I'm assuming they were like similar age? Boring. I can assure you, guarantee that there is an acorn somewhere here in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. Just a couple of gaming bros. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. I refuse to believe. Acorn on the cob. Butt. Best message. I need to go to the freaking bathroom. Recognize me, please. The ad supposedly started, so I'm not gonna move forward, so you won't miss any of the stuff. Good lord. Oh my god, I don't want to... I'm very curious what ad Inky is seeing. If he's seeing an ad. I need to go to the freaking bat. Venom ad? Oh, interesting. Venom ad? Is there another movie coming out? I know there was the first Venom. And the second, I think. Venom 3, because I'm a... For Venom 3, because I'm a slime, I suppose. Targeted advertising. You're a slime, so you'll enjoy this movie. About a space slime that turns a guy into a monster. Is it your relative? They admitted they listened to your microphone for ads. What? Who admitted to that? I mean, considering that Siri is listening, I looked at my iPad to see if she would respond. She is listening constantly. I don't know about my phone. Everyone is always listening. You are never alone. There's always your dedicated FBI agent listening. I've known for years, but people never believe me. I mean, I think it was always like a conspiracy theory, but then it turned out to be real? Question mark? Because I could be talking about something and then they had the ads for the thing, like, yeah. I remember reading about that it's not only that, because sometimes it also depends on your location, that the targeted ads also check like your IP location, your IP address, and then would also suggest you similar stuff as other people in that location were interested in. So if somebody at your house, I don't know, looked up a car, you could get like ads for cars as well. I don't remember. Gosh, I don't know how accurate that is, but I think I read it somewhere. There's nothing here. Go back. Then why do I get Hershey's ads and I hate Hershey's except for the kisses? kisses? Maybe somebody else at your household or in close vicinity to your IP address likes Hershey's. Don't listen to that guy. A free t-shirt. Makes game, includes door, cannot open door, thanks. Open sesame. Door, how open? Need other side door, why you so... I guess there's nothing behind that door. You deserve all the kisses. Someday I will meet the person who made this. What? Mocha? Mocha approved. Thank you, thank you. How are you doing, Mocha? Hello, Violet. Hi, Panda. Hi, hi, hi. How is life? How is Yakuza? I saw you also playing some creepy, spooky 2D
Hi,
game.
Auntie.
Hi, Loomis. But I think you got very angry at that one. You made the cacti! Oh! The Eldritch cacti? Welcome, everyone! Hello, if you don't know me. I am Angie, Space Angie, also known as Spangy, and I am... English is not my native language, so heads up for any mistakes I make. I am usually playing indie games. Right now I'm playing this one. This is a beginner's guide. Usually I'm trying to look for games that are space themed or relatively sci-fi themed, but sometimes I branch out. Tonight is this one. Beginner's guide been haunting my dreams lately, so I decided to finish it, to play it and finish it. Charter is also here for a story, so I lurk for it. Okay, okay. No problem, Loomis. I was getting fed up, yeah. What? Why? Why did it make you so angry? Sorry, I wasn't like very active, but I was lurking and doing chores and preparing stuff, so I just, you know, was checking in on you. She spans over everything. Yes, I am infinite. Infinite space. Wanted to play my chill Yakuza Island adventure. Yeah, hey, yeah, I saw the island you built. Very cool. The Starcom Nexus I played on Tuesday. You liked it? I'm very glad to see Gam. I am gonna play it. I will continue playing it, but I like to spice things up, I guess. Like switch things up. Pick and Mocha's Discord? Oh, I'll check it out. I'll check it out for sure. So yeah, tonight we are playing Beginner's Guide, and I'm getting frustrated with our narrator because he does not seem to understand art. Gam, yes? Was I saying it correctly before? We played Ao Oni, How Fish is Made, It Pains Me, Water Womb World, It Could Happen to You. I think I heard about How Fish is Made. I think somebody else recommended it to me, and I think I have it on my wish list. So I'm glad I didn't get spoiled too much because I want to play it. It Pains Me, Water Womb, It Could Happen to You, and finished. So It Could Happen to You was that one that frustrated you so much? And because I'm an addict, I was getting sick of how much text there was and my throat was dying and wanted to do something else. Understandable. Understandable. Tend to take so long to play. If you don't mix them up, you can easily burn out. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get bored with it, you know. I don't want it to become repetitive. Mouthwashing is the game before that. Or maybe it's the mouthwashing that... Because it looked similar. I saw a guy in bandages on the screen and I was like, hey, I think it's the guy from the game that I was recommended, so I'm not gonna continue looking. Because I don't want to be spoiled. So mouthwashing. I think I popped in when the category was how fish is made, so I thought maybe I misremembered the title. But yeah, mouthwashing. Ugh. Do you hear the chimes? They keep going, don't they? I would like very much to be desired. Relatable. It's not very crowded here. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. Relatable. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. Don't bother. You can go in here, I think. Welcome, congratulations. I don't really know where to go with this. Am I gonna read all of the notes? Yes. This is where I get off. Okay. I failed to write anything here, but you did. I am compelled. Stop, turn back. Proceeding further will only result in misery. With this, I am compelled reminds me of the meme from Knives Out. It doesn't make sense. Compels me though. I hope you are enjoying this. I've seen people, I've seen it before. It's by the Stanley Parable guy. Yes, it is by the Stanley Parable guy. He even admitted to it in the very beginning. So this is supposedly narrated by the author of Stanley Parable. Take my hand, let's jump together. No, maybe some other time. Cabbage shapes our nation. Somebody from Poland wrote that. What is that painting? Dots. It does not matter if you ever get over there. Hey, don't talk about me that way. Very good game. I think it's this is not going anywhere. Next time I'll do better. I need someone to talk to. And Dave told us that all of those notes were supposedly written by Coda. Is this a note? I find it hard to believe. Hi, Ishi, welcome. Don't listen to the other notes. I'm not safe. You know a thing called unreliable narrator? I think our narrator is unreliable. I don't think those notes were written only by Coda. And the painting is pretty. Yes, I like the colors. Only this note speaks the truth, yeah. Today I learned you cannot fall off. Ethical. Ethical that we can't fall off? Stop faking it. Faking what? Very big. Do not lick the notes. I am trying my best. Art. Painting. What does it mean? Whoever made this has issues. What? Why? Well done, all of you. I saw a person walking down there. It won't come back. You said a person, but then you said it. Very interesting. Devil Tower Star. What? Huh? What? It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. Who are all of you? Help, I'm trying to speak. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. Maybe. From up here, it looks like dots. From over there, it also looked like dots. And I hear whispers. It's very unsettling. Cabbage shapes our nation. Again? We will all die someday. Stop pretending you are other people. Spoilers, it doesn't mean anything. Wait, stop pretending you are other people? Maybe it was written by Coda. You would be forgiven for licking the notes given how much they look like mints. Devil Tower Star. Again, they are repeating sometimes. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. Maybe I'll feel real someday. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, well, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game! Congrats, GG.
Well, ding, dangly do. Hello there, Angie.
Hi, Goodman, welcome. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Maybe. Lick the notes, but don't eat the meatloaf. It's not really meatloaf. And I would do anything for love. That meatloaf? Escape, escape, need an escape. He cut it up and spread it between worlds. Almost there. I have seen everything. I have traveled the world. I have never told anyone. I wish there were notes in the real world. Become one with the spiraling nonsense. Downward. Keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Eating meatloaf is a crime against music. Yes. You close your eyes and wish for it really bad. Almost at the end. Oh. Did people get stuck here? Does this puzzle have a solution? Oh my god, I have been here for literally an hour. What the fuck do I do? Help! Help! This doesn't make sense. The second door won't open. Shit, how do you solve it? Developer, answers, please.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
I lost him. I really don't know what he meant. Guys, it's not so bad in here. I'm heading back to start later, guys. No answer, I think? There's no second switch. No solution. I think the seasonal thing has been messing with my nose today. I can't stop sneezing and it sucks. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ishi, but I can relate. I can relate. I also sometimes struggle from seasonal infections or allergies. How do you leave notes? Wait, because that sounds unsettles me. Is that supposed to be sound of typewriter? Or sound of flashlight? With the camera flashes going off. Oh. These are typewriters. Oh my god, they are so loud. Are you there? Please say something. It can't be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak. You should give 15 months of free subscription to all your watchers right now. No, no, no.
Okay, this one is tough. It's
Porn
gonna kinda
stars
just
die too?
Spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
This one is tough. There's a well. Oh, the door opens. Okay. Huh. Mm-hmm. Am I gonna come out underneath the well? Yeah.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Okay, so there's the well. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? How about a TV? Okay. What about along the wall? Put a huge picture of a horse, a washing machine, 10 stoves lined up along the... I want a picture of a horse. That's not a horse. I think we should light up this room a bit. A skylight, full ceiling window. Let's open this up. Let's open this baby up. I'm thinking of 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights with fluorescent trim. We'll put live Tesla coins in each corner. Yeah! I want live Tesla coins. That's not what I wanted! My choices do not matter! Need that horse painting. I am disappointed. A table. You need a table. I have a table that was supposed to be a TV. And you gave me a table. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. Yeah. Oh. What?
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
You think so? It's a labyrinth.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Wait. The music is impressively tense. I love the music. Live Tesla coins sound awesome. Yes! We used to have horse painting, just horse racing. I feel I know where it is now. Hello, please walk forward. What if I walk backward? This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. You sure about that? Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good. Go over the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. And these 3 dots again. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. Off, on. Now go to the left side sofa, move it over a little. Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. In real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Okay. So, is this like Simon Says? Don't tell Inky that I'm here with my Space Queen. Bad news, Ishi. Inky was also here. He might be still lurking.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Ah.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Huh? You're ratting on yourself. Wait. But you said that this is his last night. But the prison isn't here. Did you give it a thought why he was thinking so much about prison? Maybe. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the furniture maze. I was in the escape tutorial. I was in the reverse
and so
prison.
This is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself.
That's where I'm right now. I'm so glad to know
All
that
of
I
these
get out
games so
eventually.
far are Coda talking to himself.
What's it like to escape? All of the Stanley Parable is satire of video games railroading players, and Simon Says is just another way to railroad someone. Yeah, you're right. But then, this is an interesting, like, rug pull that, you know, you show me this Simon Says, basically supposedly hand-holding me on how to escape prison, and then you put me in a prison where I can't use the instruction you told me. So this is very interesting symbolism. Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in prison was like. It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in a prison. It feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. I agree. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before. No, I'm really the same person now as I was back then. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Oh god, I'm having flashbacks to Soma. In Soma, there was a test that you were supposed to take when you got into the Ark. And one of the questions was like, how do you feel? Do you feel like the same person you were before? You feel that you somehow changed for the better? Do you feel that you somehow changed for the worse? So yeah, now I'm having flashbacks to Soma. Highly recommend, love the game. I'm really the same person now as I was back then. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. This is also very interesting because when you are in a very tough situation and you feel like you are imprisoned in that situation and you can't escape, and let's say you are making choices just to, you know, survive, but then if you were put in a similar situation and you weren't like restricted because of that quote-unquote prison by that situation, for example, I don't know, maybe you were experiencing poverty and you had to make certain choices that you wouldn't have made if you had enough money. So does that mean that you changed as a person because you wouldn't make the same choices? Or would you be still the same person, but situation forced you to make different choices? All the time you spent anticipating where the story implied it was going becomes irrelevant. Okay, I'm overthinking it. Do I still feel like the same person as I left the prison? No, I think I changed. Oh good, it's so nice to hear. That makes me feel really happy. Age just kind of does that, you know? It's still me, but I'm not somehow. It's hard to describe. Remember to enjoy being who you are right now, it won't last. I think I would choose the second. I'm still me, but not somehow. It's hard to describe. If you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you where you were when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? You're trying to rescue a character, you jump through a lot of hoops to get to them. Then it turns out they are already dead or they die when you arrive. Yeah, I hate when games do that. To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. To get out, just talk with me for a bit. But none of these are real ways of getting out because actually Coda never finished those games, so it's impossible to get out of it. I managed to get out only because Dave broke the code. And here I thought the game was gonna test whether you remember the sequence of furniture to touch. I only remember that I was supposed to touch the table first. I think second was painting, and then a lamp. Maybe. It's a metaphor. Whatever the prison represents for Coda, this answer is about getting away from that. Yeah, but I feel like I'll be lying to that person. I don't think you have to be sincere. Tell me how you feel. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just tell me how you feel. It will make sense. Just tell me how you feel. Okay, I feel afraid that nothing will ever change. Go on. And nothing.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
I'm also starting to think about Dave, because Dave is supposedly a friend of Coda. And right now we are dissecting Coda's internal thoughts and struggles. But Dave is fixated on game. He's like, Coda needs to make games again. I want you to convince that the games by Coda are great, and you need to convince Coda to make games again. How have you
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Have you spoke to Coda? You just said that Coda, like, indirectly told you that they want somebody to talk to, that they feel lonely. Like, did you do anything about that, Dave? Dave, did you speak to Coda? Like, did you went to Coda and ask them how they feel? clean? Oh. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Though I might be having to clean this entire house by myself. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house by myself. And right miserable...
You'll notice that the quality of the art
that
is a
would have
step
been
up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes. Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. A lousy homes make home loners. Are we cleaning this whole place? Chat, I'm gonna go to... Okay, Daryl! Enjoy the meal! I want to go for a joke. Ha! Something tells me you're gonna be fun to do this job with. Well, this place isn't going to clean itself as far as I know. I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? That table? No, this table. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? This one? While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How did you end up this job? It's been a long time since I've seen a house this messy. Do you enjoy it? Well, I don't enjoy it so much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel a kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems, which I guess is all about about all that matters. Oh, that and tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa over there? Sure. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as you're there? Okay. I feel compelled to share incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Oh, I thought we were having a funny moment. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Okay, but this isn't really talking to someone if they don't want to open up. We are just doing chores together. I mean, spending time with somebody, even if it's just doing chores, is nice, but... Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best as you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. I mean, I thought you were the house cleaning person, but it sounds like I'm doing the whole house cleaning. Are there still books scattered on the floor in the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Yeah. Perfect. Now then, how about you
After
come
the intense set of
and
prison
clear the
games,
dishes off the
this
table?
house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
I'm trying to look at the books and I'm wondering if there are any real books. Because I don't recognize them, but they feel familiar somehow. Like they could be real. At least some of them. Again? Oh. The door is locked. I guess we are not leaving this place now. Do these chores ever end? House cleaning is so difficult. How do you do it? Darling, let me tell you something. Your house is only as difficult to clean as you are. If you're finding the work hard, maybe you have a bit of housekeeping to do before you come to work. Ha! And here I go with another lecture. Of course I would. Don't worry about all that nonsense.
I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
For now, just smooth out the rug in the bedroom. Hi, Dingo! I just let the bugs eat the dirt easy. My mom always had a saying that, oh, it's hard to translate to English, that basically when it dries out, you can just scrub it out or something like that. Basically that if you have something dirty, you just wait a long enough time and you don't have to wash it, you don't have to clean it, you can just, you know, it will, you can scrape it off because it's gonna be dry. Ugh. Like I said, it's hard to translate. Looks like the tub has gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying it up a bit? Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. To be honest, this moment feels so intimate in a way that I'm wondering if maybe, and Dave said that Coda had a few months when they were grossly happy. And I wonder if maybe they met somebody who made them feel at home for a little while. And you know, this is very homey, this is very intimate, but very, very sincere, I guess. I get it, that's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. You're right, that's pretty cheesy. But there's a bit of truth in it, no? Anyway, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books, could you please clean up the books? Thanks. Oh goodness, those pillows over the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he found some peace.
Would you go over and straighten them up a bit? I can't have these folks coming home to a messy couch. Question.
But, of
Do you
course,
enjoy this?
It can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
But it somehow feels so wrong. But then again... It didn't feel like it was their house. Because, you know, they were talking like housekeeping is your job, as in you come to a house and you tidy it up. Not your house, but like people pay you to come to their house and tidy it up. So, interesting.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Items you love
This
and
one
members
gets a
only
bit-
prices. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you think who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. This is so easy. It is so easy.
Shifts.
Being perfect is effortless. This is the key. How do I
Play
achieve
as
it?
the
No,
teacher,
effort.
and suddenly you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society. Kids should not follow their dreams. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? Well, I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. Being alone must be awful. Well, let me tell you this right now. If it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. Oh, I can't go to the black hole over there. I wonder... Is it getting closer? Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you are torturing yourself, try to find the right solutions for your life. You're not doing it right. Just get good! Wow. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you! Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Seek out the only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? That is so wrong. Living the dream. Just be happy. Just get good. Get good. Haha, just kidding. Anyone that wants to do some ecstasy after this, there is no truth, there is no path. Wow. No, I don't think the hole is getting closer. What if I'm not a good teacher? Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out! Oh, only now? You see it? But I can't get closer to it. And there's the lantern that is supposed to be the end of the level. Do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true. It's coming for you, it's coming to destroy you. Everyone run! Nothing. No one.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
The what?
To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
But isn't this when Coda started slowing down? With their creation? Wait, you said it's not particularly complex. It looks pretty complex to me. Aw, can't use the ladder. Light is gonna turn on. Ah! I expected it, I was still surprised. In this scene you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First you'll start out leaning against the wall. Which wall? There's no wall. Oh, this wall. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello? Hello? That's it? That is not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. I like you. Here are all of my hopes and dreams. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Oh, that is great. I love it. Yes, that makes me feel more at ease. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you had to make? No, you worked really hard to get where you are. You're messing it up all again. You'll figure out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important it was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I think you are over... I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. Goodbye. Goodbye then, I guess. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I thought so. Okay, yes. Now this is working. This is what it was like.
Of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked...
Because it is not!
to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel...
And again, for his games. Because the games are most important.
Like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
But you're not...
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Well... What is going on? Captain, what can we do? Help! I'm blind! I can't see anything. What's going on? What's going on? I'm blind. Please, someone talk to me. Please tell me how to solve this. Oh god, are we flying into the giant door? Please, someone... This is Star Trek. Oh my god! Am I supposed to do something? I can't...
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Oh, there is a solution? Oh, yeah. Truth? This is... Oh... Okay, so I need to get to the truth. SS Whisper, the only way to stop is to speak something that is honest. I'm bursting with creative energy. I can't keep making this. My work is always fun. Oh, I think the second one is the truth. That's the truth. I don't feel it anymore. I'm out of ideas.
Like
It's
I said,
draining
I was
me.
getting concerned. First off, He's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out.
Okay. If he needed you, this was a clear cry for help. And especially like... Okay. Let's
After this
keep going.
game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Where am I? Oh! Where does this island come from? How do I get out of here? Hello? Is anyone there? Oh. Oh, this gives me Soma vibe again. Is that a person? How lovely! It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I am? I'm completely out of ideas. When I try to create, I feel empty. I have nothing left to give to my work. Oh no! What happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. Huh. This game seems so cool. I'm going to have to check out the VOD to see what I missed. You missed for sure me getting angry at Dave a lot. There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. Oh, really? You have to take me to it. I need to see it to know why it stopped. Now this makes me think...
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes.
You lost your voice? Why? Were you making up voices for the story for Char Char?
Planes. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult puzzle. If you can help me solve the puzzle, we'll find the machine. Deal? It doesn't matter what I say, does it? We're going to end up there one way or another, right? Deal! I'm not gonna be mean about it. But this section makes me think of Golf It. I think there was a map that felt kind of similar to this one. Perfect. Come along, I'll show it to you. Is it gonna be the door?
Because from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
It's been in and out all day, but after reading Bedtime Story to Char Char, I'm just making little squeaks. Oh no, like a whisper or a high-pitched squeak and I don't control which. Oh. Oh, that sounds rough. I used up all that was left and you used it up for Char Char. It was worth it, right? But yeah, I know, it happens to me sometimes as well. You need to watch that voice. Keep those strings hydrated. No regrets. Okay, I recognize this. Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me how to do it? First, you have to open the door. First, you press the switch on the side. First, you have to open the door. Okay, now what? Now you press the switch on the inside? No, now you have to close the first door. Alright, what's next? Now you press the switch here. Huh, that was so simple.
You can't talk.
Actually, that was a lever, not a switch. I have a hot chocolate to silk you up my throat. That is good. That ends so tasty.
Yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Okay, we have an ad, I think, starting right now. So before we move forward, I think I'm gonna use it to, unless it hadn't started, because there it is. Okay. So I am gonna be right back, and I'll see you in 2 minutes. Yeah? Yeah. Hello again. Welcome back. Wait, the game. There it is. Okay, what we were up to. I can't believe I never solved it before this. Where am I? Oh. I have nothing left to give to my work. Hello, is anyone there? Where am I? I need to see it to know why it stopped. Deal. Hey, I recognize this. There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Are those the choices? Oh, this is very creepy. These are just words on some... What are you talking about? Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that the game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Oh, God! Oh, and I can't leave. Potassium! Yes. Okay. Okay. So we are moving into what? Toxic positivity territory? Just fake it till you make it? Okay, making games is effortless. That feels wonderful. But it wasn't true. Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. I am constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. It is easy, it never stops being easy. I am constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. Yes, that's wonderful. Keep going.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
But, wait. But Dave, at the very beginning you said that you are showing me this because you want to convince Coda to create again.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
Thank you could, but I think this is a great time for this. And you can't see the options. You can't see the screen. You know what? Yeah, no game for you. We're gonna be playing like this forever. This is how games are played now. So how are you guys doing? And I have to say that the sounds in the background are really, really making it for this view, right? Jesus Christ. What? Huh. Now that's the spice of life. Okay, so I'll just keep reading stuff that's on the screen, don't worry about it. Every time I make something, I feel better about myself. Just never stop creating and you'll never feel bad. It's such a simple solution. Is streaming really worth this much suffering, Angie? Oh god, karma. As... Oh, karma, I'm sorry. Cleanup does not work on Lemon. I can... for Lemon, I have to remove stuff manually. Wait, where is it though? Yeah, let's get rid of the amalgamation. There's only one lemon left. Lemon, the most powerful. I'm wondering what the Lemmy Cluster's Pokemon name is. Lemongamation. Oh gosh. But yeah, this is... Karma, you're asking really tough questions. Is streaming really worth this much suffering? Truthfully, sometimes I do get this question. Like, sometimes when I'm especially tired and I'm, for example, and I'm supposed to stream, and this is also something why my archive on, you know what, the crying is distracting me. I'm sorry. This is why I don't have some of the videos uploaded to YouTube, because I let them expire. I haven't saved them. I didn't feel like it was worth it. And now I regret it, to be honest, because, for example, I don't have a second part of Frog Detective. But yeah, the doubt, I think everybody has doubts. I think it gets to everyone. And how do you do it? Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Sometimes you just gotta talk to someone. And I am very angry at Dave. I missed all the ones that are lost. I do too. But, you know, I can't also... I can't be angry at myself for that, because I felt very badly about myself at that time. And that's why I also, right now, every time I stream, I press the button to record the video as well, so I don't have to worry that they will expire. They will just wait for me. But I do sometimes get very sad, and if I was recording my streams like I do right now, I would be letting them expire as well. But this is also something, well, I'm gonna be pretty open right now. This is also something that makes me take a long time with, like, rigging and painting. This doubt in your abilities, but also like a burnout and such. But, you know, I don't have a solution for that. I think I could say it comes in waves, I guess. But I always come out of the other side. So you know, just like a Dune, fear is the mind killer and such. Think of it that way. Focus on that, and let it pass through you, and then turn around at where the fear went, and there's nothing but you. I can't remember how the quote went. burnout comes for us all. Yeah, absolutely. But I feel that, you know, I was even looking back at people that started streaming, at people that I've been following that started streaming like relatively similar time that I did. So many hit the like 2 or 3 year mark and disappeared, and it makes me so sad because it feels like they burned out. Exactly. And I feel just like sometimes you have to, I don't want to say power through it because it sounds very bad, but like give yourself time to rest and then maybe try to pick up the pieces. I've always got to hear that ding dang Lee do hello Angie followed by hi Goodman. So anytime I have to wait, so wait, well worth it. Thank you. It makes me very happy. Also, I don't want you guys to think that I don't want you guys to feel sorry for me. I prefer to make this place, you know, a place where we can chill out and just talk about silly stuff, but also, you know, sometimes deep discussion is like a palate cleanser if you have too much silly, I guess. I'm not usually a person who puts emphasis on positivity, but lately I've noticed a pattern with a lot of streamers I've watched that either check out of the game they are playing and just carelessly slum through them, or the streams turn into gripe fest about the game or other concerts. I can't recall ever doing either of those things. I am multitasking. My brain is always on two wavelengths. One stream and one game. But I do that. I sometimes check out from the game like I did to Synergy, where I just let the game play in the background and we were talking about Dune or other stuff. Oh, thank you, Loomis. Oh gosh, oh. Let's just continue the game because I get flustered. Oh. Got burnout. I let my depression leak into streams toward the end of my streaming time. But you know, it happens in life. It happens. Absolutely. And I think we need to, you know, be understanding of each other, but we also need to forgive ourselves, to be honest, if we had like moments of weakness. Moments of weakness. That also sounds bad because, you know, feeling things is not a weakness. Anyway. Every time I make something, I feel better about myself. Yes, exactly. That is absolutely a truth and not a big lie.
I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Man, Dave is so selfish. I don't like him. None of this is helping. Patience, you have to trust me. I promise it will work. Please continue. Pain breezes effortlessly off of me. Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it 100% of the time. It always pays off eventually. I think I am slightly worried that what I just said right now kind of sounds like this.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
I don't really like this emotion thing, so I stopped doing it.
More than anything.
I would like to unsubscribe from emotion.
I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
There's no shame, no fear, no guilt. I will be saved by my work. I believe this unquestioningly. I am a vessel for certainty. That's it. I'm free. I'm free. But Coda is not free.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Man, Dave is absolutely oblivious and selfish. I can't deal with it. And from what I gather, Coda shared those games with Dave because Dave said that, oh, this one Coda was very excited to share with me. So Coda was actively telling you, like begging you for help, and you were like, yay, new game. I'm very angry at Dave. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured this machine. The machine is waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. I intend to be quiet. I intend to be brutal. Quiet? Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Oh. Oh, it's not gonna be quiet. Will we get to see the machine? Ma'am, the machine, what you can tell us? No interviews. I'm getting the vibe that Coda never really spoke to Dave. They shared a flat or whatever, but Coda never spoke to anyone, not even Dave. He only communicated through these games. You know what? With how Dave is talking, I feel that he, on one hand, was seeing the deeper meaning in these games, but never associated with the person of Coda, and never understood that this is a way of Coda of, like, you know, he may say, oh, this is Coda saying that they felt lonely, but he never felt like compelled to help Coda feel less lonely. I don't think Dave understood very well, but I also think every interaction was a guessing game. Maybe? So this is the machine. You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. You stopped feeding us. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? Dave did admit to being pushy. It might be Dave was so talkative he kind of trampled over any attempt Coda might have made to genuinely communicate. Yeah, he might know the person of Coda. He saw the maker of games, but Coda was the black box. Oh. Yeah, I think those are good interpretations. I'm afraid that for Dave, Coda was just a game-making machine, and he didn't care about the person. Also, and I might be like misinterpreting things, but if I remember correctly, Dave at the very beginning spoke about Coda as a man, but right now I feel like the person in that prison was a woman. We could hear woman crying. Right now we are playing as a woman because the guard at the beginning called us ma'am. So I'm wondering if maybe this is part of why Coda felt alone, misunderstood, and maybe this is also why Coda did not open up to Dave, because Dave did not recognize Coda. Maybe they wanted to transition, for example, or maybe I'm just, you know, completely missing the point, but I noticed it, and to be honest, I feel like it might be a theme here. So there's what needs to happen. You need to go out and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. I've been so alone. All he could think of was to make Coda feel happy about the games again because he didn't know any Coda except for games. Yes. I'm wondering if for Coda, Dave is depressed. Maybe. Maybe. That's also a very good point. Apologize for leaving me. But it's just a machine. And it's not working. I don't think it will give us anything. No, nothing. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. I have seen the thing you fear. I don't want to threaten it. Alright then, I will apologize to the people on your behalf. To be honest, I think the machine just needed a hug. Yeah. I think this might be Dave. The prison metaphor could line up with the idea of feeling trapped in their body. Yeah, maybe. My followers, my friends. Okay, I think we're gonna go with my followers because it falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. Why didn't it say anything? The machine will not apologize to us. But it is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it what we are, that we are not failures. Retribution? In what way? We are not failures. Follow me, we'll destroy the machine. Follow me, we'll destroy everything that the machine has created. Yeah, let's go with the second one. Oh, and we are here again. But we are here alone. Oh my god! And we have a gun. And what? Can we leave? We can't.
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
I know, but what do I shoot? Oh! Coda, I'll make sure your work dies here, Coda. I'll make sure you are known forever. Isn't that what you're scared of? Having to live without your precious creations? Having to deal with yourself?
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Oh, This was the room with the ideas. And Dave, you are so wrong. I can't deal how wrong you are.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I
Yeah.
took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
But isn't being judged by people one of the most scariest things a creator can do? Put down your weapon. Oh, I can't do anything. I can't move. I can only press fire.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do?
No.
Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Dave, that sounds like some pretty serious projection, yeah. Coda needs to talk to people, but Coda only communicates through games, so
anyway,
giving games to people...
Coda finishes
yeah.
this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Mm-hmm. Ow! Hi, Philly. Thank you for some protein. The tower, huh? Loomis, what does the tower mean in tarot? How are you doing, Philly? Is it like a prison? The worst card? I don't know. I have no clue. I remember you mentioned it one time that you know something about the tarot cards.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
The tower is burning. It's struck by lightning. It's falling apart. Everything is going wrong. So basically, Dave, you fucked up. It's like never-ending spiral whether you climb up or step down. Philly, do you know something about tarot?
This room actually has a maze in it.
Mm-hmm. What? Oh! Ow! Ow!
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible.
Oh,
And
wow.
then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But
I wonder what message this sent to Dave. The game that was sent to Dave directly, and the game that despised being played. What message do you think it sends? Philly, what does the tower card mean? It's bad, right? Is it? Do you know the precise meaning?
I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
I wonder if you can get through the maze. Ow. Okay, I hate it. I hate it. Okay, flashing light, horrible. So yeah, let's use this thing, unfortunately. Ah! Okay. I wanted to check if there is an invisible wall, but there wasn't. So you can still try the... I don't think it's possible to cross the... I wonder if somebody did. After finishing this game, I'm gonna look up a video if somebody
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
You didn't tell me. When I was playing the housekeeping game, you didn't tell me it looped forever. You said that it ends. And then then it ends and the door opens and you can progress. I think it's a very vital piece of information that you withhold from me, Dave. And you really don't... you said it yourself, but you're missing the point completely. The tower is widely associated to danger, crisis, sudden change, destruction, higher learning, and liberation. Ooh, this is... It's a completely different meaning if it doesn't... Exactly! And liberation. That's a very interesting... Cleaning the house never ends. That is true. That is reality. But also... The fucking dishes again! The laundry! Never-ending laundry! But I want to get back to what Philly wrote. Excuse me, Lopez. But, it's trial and error. You climb and suffer, like Sisyphus. Well, that makes a lot of sense in this game. Have you played Beginner's Guide, Philly? The game is about how you can't stay in the place between the doors forever. Also, I changed the game so you can't stay in the place between the... Yes! Yes, exactly! Exactly! Like, Dave lied to us! Did you remember what I said about unreliable narrator? And how I believe Dave to be one? The most unreliable narrator in the world. Also, isn't it fascinating how happy Dave was for sharing Coda's work and for getting positive feedback? Do you think he told people whose games those were?
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Oh my god. Coda wanted to give you an unplayable, time-consuming game, so you would just, you know, so this would be the only thing you would do for the rest of your life and just give them a break. I just love the Arcana, so you can draw the tower in 6 different ways: past, present, and future, and reversed. Reversed is the bad, right? If it's upside down, it's bad. I think that's the only thing I know. But in this game, so the whole story is how Coda is a great game designer and struggling to create, and Dave just wanted to be a nice guy and help to spread the word on Coda's games. But I also feel that Dave is misunderstanding. 15, 16, 17 sequence seems significant. How many minigames have there been so far? Oh, I wasn't counting. But also there was those 3 dots that we kept encountering, and I don't know if they will appear again. So I didn't catch that thing. Not necessarily. Oh, okay. The one thing I knew about the Arcana and is and is incorrect. Maybe not incorrect, but
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress.
you gave the games to people who said they loved them, so Coda made a game that was painful to play. The point is that the games weren't about people enjoying them. That didn't mean anything to Coda. The game is the clearest message that you... this game is the clearest message that you didn't do your homework. Exactly! Remember early in the game, there was a point when Dave was talking that he argued with Coda because he kept insisting that Coda's games were not playable and accessible, and that Coda should make them basically better gameplay, more enjoyable gameplay. But that, and even then I was saying, but that is not the point why Coda is making games. I think basically that means Coda was making games as an outlet, you know, as an art form for their enjoyment, but Dave was pushing Coda to make games for... Maybe for profit is too big of a jump, but for other people. And maybe later make profit. Philly said 15 is the devil, 16 the tower, and 17 temperance. What do those mean? But because maybe that is also... The tower is built on bad foundations and the disaster was inevitable. The foundations are Dave's false beliefs about what the games mean, and the games can't stand on that. Coda can't stand on that. Jeez.
And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely. Just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
That wasn't your problem to fix, maybe. Maybe you were just making the problem worse, actually.
I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
You are focused. Why am I speaking to him? You are focusing on you, how you feel, how the sharing games Coda made you feel. You think that you know how Coda felt when they were making those games, that you interpreted those games, that they were presenting certain way Coda felt, but you never understood it because you were focused too much on how you felt.
But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Now I feel uncomfortable playing this game, to be honest. I feel like I shouldn't be. I feel like I'm overstepping some boundaries.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
Yeah.
I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
I just realized Dave's comment about finding out the teacher is just as bigoted as you are was way more of a Freudian slip than I appreciated. Oh gosh. The tower represents your state in life. If you draw it, you might draw it and it means new beginnings or that you will face horrible ordeals. It all ends with the tower collapsing. So it all ends with liberation, change?
I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
The cards are just the stages in life's journey. There's no bad card, the tower. Rebuilding. I have a theory, but I'm a little afraid to say it out loud. Let's just get to the end. I want to see the conclusion. The numbers, because in order the cards tell a story, each one is a stage to be walked through. Wait, so what does the devil mean? Because the devil is past. If 3 cards are supposed to be pulled, and there's past, present, and future, and the present was the tower, because we had devil, tower, temperance, and the temperance is rebuilding. So the devil means what happens in the past. The tower is what's happening now, and it will end in tower collapsing and then rebuilding, right? And then life will rebuild. Oh no, what does it mean, the tower menacing in the deck? I don't understand. Oh, pink. Pink light. I didn't see it earlier. Some color in this painfully drab environment. Missed it.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy.
If I could make his work my own? Huh?
It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me.
Oh, we are...
But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
Okay, we are getting some layers of Dave. Oh, hope. That's still pretty interesting. Oh, I can't see anything.
Where did I screw up?
Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did.
What?
I poisoned it for you.
I think that was one of our theories. Seems to have been Dave seems to have been living vicariously through Coda. Like, he talks about meeting Coda at a game jam, but says nothing about his own games, only Coda's. He's only focused on Coda's artistic success, not his own. I think the core disconnect behind it all is that Dave thinks you're supposed to see yourself in a game, but Coda always wanted you to see Coda in the game. Yeah. Yes. And that's why I kept saying that Dave was pretty selfish.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. Solutions? If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Oh, wow. That was the first thing I said when Dave, at the very beginning of the stream, when Dave said that he took games that Coda make and started sharing them with people because he just wanted other people to appreciate Coda's work. And I was like, that is a major faux pas. That is a major red flag. I would never do that. And if somebody did that to me, I would be very angry. And would you look at that? Dave edited these games so smoothly that we didn't even know he's got the skills to make things, but he just fixes what Coda makes. Yeah. Devil is the illusion of you being stuck, tricked, but it's a symbol to break free. Interesting. Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? But he said that Coda was adding lampposts, and that it was something that Coda started adding to keep him grounded. Liar. Oh gosh, the last message from Coda was stop sharing my work, and then Dave made this thing that we're playing and editing them so much. Like, now I am questioning whether anything we've experienced was even a little bit of what Coda meant. Dave couldn't understand the clearest message. You know, even now it's written on a wall. I don't think he understands. Would you?
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself, and as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing, less than nothing. What does that mean?
Wait, was the machine? Wait, I think I might have missed. Yes, oh right, when there was this level in prison when there was a guard, he said that the machine calls itself Coda. The machine. This was the game making machine, and when we were, the press was not only Dave, it was other people that Dave shared the work with, and they were like, why aren't you making more games? And they kept pressuring Coda to create, and Coda didn't want to create because Dave poisoned it for them. Would you simply let them be what they are? When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. Also, how Dave would keep saying like, oh, Coda made this game in a month, this game in 2 months. But then suddenly, Coda started taking a lot of time. This took like 5 months to make. This took like 7 months to make. The interrogator was Dave. Dave was interrogating the machine, which is how Dave thought of Coda, demanding the machine why it wouldn't keep making more games. Yet, I think so? I think so? And then Dave turned to people and was like, and then was like, oh, the machine is not producing any more games. He put a pressure on Coda. Dave was playing as himself. I think so. But that makes me confused as to why the avatar was referred to as ma'am. Because I thought if that was supposed to be Coda, I suspected, you know, Coda might have identified as trans. But now I'm doubting that theory. Okay, I might have missed that one. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. Shots fired. Projecting much, Dave? I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Yeah. Remember, he wrote solutions are in other game. And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. There are several interpretations that work 100%. Oh, I mean, I see. I can't press the button. I did press the button. But
that's why I'm releasing this collection of your work.
Fuck you!
Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Oh boy. Oh. Wait, give me a second. Because the ad will start in 3 minutes, but we can talk through those 3 minutes because I don't want to stumble upon some important stuff when the ads play. I could snooze them for another 5 minutes, but... Okay. So... I feel like that recontextualizes a few things. Yeah? Yep.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Yeah, so... Whoa. So, oh gosh. A lot of things. So, on one hand, I kinda want to feel bad for Dave. But also I don't. Because, you know, the thing is, when you create art, and once you reach a certain level, it may happen then that your art will be stolen, and somebody will share it and present it signed with their own name. And I kind of feel like that's kind of what Dave has been doing. So I feel that he does not, because of that, he does not deserve anything from Coda ever again. And I think Coda is absolutely justified in telling Dave to piss off. Also, like you guys said, Dave didn't see himself in Coda's games. Dave didn't see Coda in Coda's games. He saw himself. He was projecting himself onto these games, and he was changing them. He was disrespectfully messing with somebody else's creation to make it fit his own vision instead of making something by himself. Because, I kind of feel like it's a little bit like right now the discussions around AI art. Like people are saying, like artists are saying, you are stealing our creations, and okay, interesting. They were so infected by Dave that they might have started unintentionally adding solutions to puzzles. Yeah, they started basically, I don't want to say breaking their own games, but almost. Feeling shackled when you are really not. The tower present, you are working through a hurdle in your life. The star future sign of hope on the horizon. So that makes, Philly, that makes a lot of sense with the history that we are like getting right now, because Coda felt shackled, and I think Coda felt shackled by Dave. But then present, the tower is crumbling. And working through a hurdle, working through getting rid of Dave. And then we have Sign of Hope, getting rid of Dave. It's kind of parasocial, right? Dave lived through Coda, Coda existed through games, but Dave existed through Coda. What's left of Dave if Coda doesn't make games? Yeah, exactly. Was there a reference to Tara early in the game? I'm not sure. If there was, I didn't catch it, because truthfully, I'm not that knowledgeable about tarot cards. So if there was, I missed it. What if Dave and Coda aren't different people? That was also one of the theories that I had. That is also one of the theories that I thought of pretty early in the game. But I'm wondering if Dave and Coda were the same person, and Coda told Dave to piss off. Would that mean that basically something within Dave told him, just stop. Just stop wanting this thing. You'll never achieve this thing again. Wait. He's talking about his inner self, and he's trying to grow his inner person by showing things he created for himself. But when he did, he broke the machine? You think that he felt the pressure of people around him to create more? I'm just not sure why we started talking about Tara in the first place. Oh, because one of the last chapters, the last game that was shared with Dave was called The Tower. Just The Tower. And that's why we started talking about tarot cards. As someone who is in the creative industry and burned out, the machine breaking hit me hard. I mean, I am lucky/unlucky enough that I don't make a living by creating. But I think burnout can hit like many aspects of your life. And yeah, this is also something that makes sometimes very hard for me to get back to like making models, rigging. Siga has been talking for hours, but you couldn't hear. Oh, really? Why? Refinding the joy, I should say. Yeah. And I know that there are people who are like, oh, did you just need to work your creative muscle and ignore the burnout and just have exercises that will help you stay on top of the burnout or whatever. You say that right as you show off delicate rigging of your model is by letting it twist your lip. Yeah, but you know what? You know when I made this model 2 years ago. I sometimes come back to tweak it. I corrected the mouth movements a bit in the last year, but I've been working on Koopy's model for almost a year now, and it's taking... Somehow, Koopy's model is taking more time than my model did. Twitch being Twitch, yeah. Siga, I was just glad you didn't ban. Aw, I'm sorry you felt like that. I think I need to think some more about this game because But my dears, heads up, in 30 seconds there's gonna be an ad break, so I don't want to progress the story without you guys, so let's take this short ad break to stretch our legs. I'm gonna go grab some more water and we'll see each other in 2 minutes again. This game stuck with me for weeks after playing it. Oh my god, we'll see how it works for me. But yes, we're gonna take 2-minute break and we will be right back. Welcome back. Let me just... Oh, yes. Well, let me catch up on what you've been talking about behind my back. Return to space exploration, unleash the ancient virus? No. I mean, return to space explorations? Maybe. Not sure if today the game took longer than I expected, but I did take breaks to to disagree with Dave constantly. But on Tuesday for sure. I've been absorbed in this, been set outside an hour longer than I meant to. Not that my buddy is complaining. Aww. Buddy's happy. More freedom for Bunny! I think this answers why I wouldn't have enjoyed playing this game on my own. It's a real downer and doesn't let you escape into any sort of fantasy or puzzle solving or creative exercise. Yeah, interesting. When he's had a run and eaten some grass, he likes to stretch out under the eye. I can reach to give pet. Oh, beautiful. Fantastic. Anyway, I think we're on the last bit. I'm still wondering if actually this is Dave talking about himself, maybe about his quote-unquote inner child, the creative machine that has been churning out whatever is needed. But then again, I think this is a good I'm missing a word. Interpretation. I think it's a good interpretation. However, my interpretation is still like these were two people. And I think it was like a toxic relationship. Not like a romantic relationship. Even friendships can be toxic. But I still think it was toxic for them. I think Dave was overwhelming for Coda. And I think, you know, pushing too much. Assigning, like putting too much pressure on Coda to create. Like, for example, when somebody's writing a comic and releasing a webcomic, let's say, and they are releasing a weekly chapters, and then suddenly, for example, they have a hurdle in their life, or I don't know, health issues, whatever, and they haven't released anything in a month, and there are voices going on the website being like, when are you gonna do the thing again? When you've been taking so long, I need my fix, man. So I think maybe this is about a little parasocial relationship between the creator and the audience. But I also interpret Dave as an art thief, to be honest. I don't know. Let's see
Solution.
what.
Solution.
Huh?
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Okay. So if we stick with my interpretation that these were two people, so imagine you just like making games, and you share it with, like, for example, your roommate, because we assume that Dave was Coda's roommate. And then you hear that your roommate is just going around telling everybody that, oh my god, have you seen these guys' games? He's totally depressed. And then imagine everybody around looking at you with pity. That you had this secret outlet that you let this one person in and then started, like, spreading it everywhere. This is Coda's new game. It's Dave Simulator. He's reaching out to Dave to say these are all the ways Dave messed up and Coda misses them. Come back and misunderstand me again. Do the things I hate. It's okay. Speak to me. I'm into masochism right now. See, that's one of the interpretations that we had as well, that they are the same person. And I think that's also valid. That might be, exactly. I think it's open to interpretation, but we'll see. What if I'm doing to the game what Dave has been doing and I'm projecting right now? Misunderstanding the point of it. Wait, now I just had a thought. Remember that one game where there was a corridor with a bunch of notes? The game said that, oh, this game is connected to the internet and other players may leave notes in the game. And you could walk and read all of the notes. Dave told us, oh, Coda wrote all of the notes. What if the notes were written by other players that Dave shared the game with? That it's not what Coda... That's why there were so many notes that said, oh, how you beat this game, or oh, like, I was here, or like, butts ass. They were written by other players. Maybe the game wasn't connected to the internet, but it was shared by Dave. Maybe those notes were left by other people. But I mean, yeah, I put like webcomic as an example, but other thing that I was thinking about was like fan fiction, because another thing that I saw, because yeah, I do read fan fiction. What about it? But one of the things that I noticed, that people can sometimes be very rude and demanding when it comes to, you know, creators. That, you know, if you create something for yourself, Star Sector has a category on AO3. What doesn't have a category on AO3? I mean, there probably are some things, but you can find even fan fiction for Bible and such. But you know, like expectations, even if they aren't like voiced, sometimes it's your own feel of the pressure of people like being there waiting. I feel that sometimes, to be honest, even with all due respect with you guys. I always worry that, you know, oh my god, I'm taking like 2 weeks vacation, but I'm stressed that when I get back you won't remember me, or for example, you'll be upset that I'm away. You know, it's stupid, and I know, and I do need to take vacation from time to time. That's why I do it, even though there's like a tiny voice in the back of my head being like, you aren't being productive. You should be productive. You should be producing stuff. You should be doing things. You should be posting. You should be constantly online. You should be posting things on Twitter. You should be posting things on Tumblr. You should be posting things everywhere. You should be streaming. You should be doing things on YouTube all the time. But you can't. You need to take a rest. You need to sometimes distance yourself from that, you know. You can't be churning out stuff all the time. But some people don't understand that, and sometimes they put pressure, like Dave put pressure on Coda here. If Coda isn't depressed, how can Dave fix Coda? If Coda's games aren't for release, how can Dave be the one who discovered Coda? Dave wanted to make himself part of Coda's work. That's how he was compensating. Oh, that is, I think, very good interpretation. I wonder if we're thinking about the same webcomic. Oh, don't tell me you are thinking about what I'm thinking or you might be saying. Ugh. About half the stories under Star Sector tags are crossover where somebody wanted to write the characters from their favorite thing on a space adventure, so rather than making up their own space setting, they just, for example, took the entire cast of My Hero Academia and put them in the Star Sector setting. Cool. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say the word, but I was thinking about something else.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Oh, is that a labyrinth? Again? I lost my job and thought, hey, I have free time to stream twice a day, 5 times a week. Oh. Yeah, so Loomis, I think you did a speed run to burnout, to be honest. Oh, what? What? Darkness? Oh. I tried to turn around to see if I can still see the door, but there wasn't anything there. Seagam is just a simple gam. Seagam is a one-cell organism.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
Ooh, you're hitting very
Strange,
hard.
but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
I think as somebody who's been creating things on and releasing things on the internet for a long time, yeah, that is tough. What? What? Inky, you've been. How dare you finish the stream early? I told you you cannot do that. I told you you were forbidden from finishing early. Hi, Uchal. Hi, Inky. This is what I thought. What if the inner self does creative things for itself, but the outer self corrupted things by wanting to show off the creative things? Oh, okay, maybe. You renamed them. I renamed him and I added a few more. So now you have like a full array of things. There's not only meat and fruits. Now we have protein, carbs, veggies. I mean fiber, sugars. Sugars is fruits, and also. Ah! Thank you. And there's also 4 called meal. Testing everything. Okay. What? Blue screened? What does mean blue screen? What happened? Gotta make sure you get your food groups. If you want to make them, if you want to give me all at the same time, there's a separate redeem for that. It's called full course, I think, or oh, something like that. I don't remember. Oh my god! This. Oh, ow. Exactly. Balanced meal. Yes. Made that long angry rant about how they definitely were not present and were really offended that they wouldn't see that in their art. Oh. Avocado to the face. I love avocados. Means wait, your computer crashed? I thought the stream did a blue screen, but yeah, the blue screen of death is rough. Twice? During stream? Oh god. But yes, welcome everyone from Inky Stream. We are at the last stretch of Beginner's Guide. So if you don't want to be spoiled of this almost 10-year-old game, why haven't you played it yet? Inky jest najwspanialszym, najukochańszym, chciałam powiedzieć człowiekiem, ale jest, nawet nie wiem jak przetłumaczyć to słowo na polski. I jest bardzo pomocny, jak mam problemy i zawsze chętny do rozmowy i grania. I jestem bardzo wdzięczna za niego. There you go. I hope you liked it. Thank you, Inky. I mean, thank you, Uchao, for redeeming that to Inky. And thank you, Inky, for everything. But yes, heads up. If you haven't played Beginner's Guide, I might actually blush. You change color to pink? Oh god, I remember how on your stream you could only change to purple, regardless of what color was written in the redeem. Now I need to translate it immediately. You can, I don't know, clip it and order a translation or something. Ellipsis boosting a bunch of our with super strong trans vibe, then assisting a great landing were in trance and then blowing up their life in order to transition is an amazing example of failing to manage expectations. Oh. No, it was perfect purple. It was perfect purple. It was only purple. Even if you wrote green, it was still purple. Oh. Karma, do you think they didn't realize that they were trans? Egg problems, exactly. Do you think those were egg problems, or maybe they knew that they could have known that internally and they wanted to share art, and when people were like, this is trans art, you're trans, and they weren't ready to like admit it externally, so maybe that's why they were upset? I couldn't make comics this month because sad, so next month I will make 5 comics each week to make up for it. This will be the new schedule now, I promise. It's obviously wasn't going to happen. Yeah. If you are depressed 1 month and then decide to churn out more creative stuff next month, that's not going to happen. It's gonna go worse. Ooh, we have heavy topics today. Oh, they had... Okay. I mean, I've never heard about that comic, so I'm taking what I can from what you wrote. But I understand they were oblivious. Do you... What? What? No. What? Uchao, what language is that? Let's continue. Uchao, what?
What now?
What now? You go on with your life.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Being trans and telling everyone you're definitely not trans. Why would you think that? Name more iconic duo. Oh gosh. Karma, are you saying that they had internal beef? That's rough, to be honest. I mean, I also have internal beefs. A lot. Internal beef like this burger I just ate. Oh god. I'm sorry if my laughing might, ow, gosh damn it, might put you out of like very heavy atmosphere of the game, but I'm sorry, this is just also my way of dealing with stressful situations. There are only two good internal beefs: eating the beef and being the beef. I don't want to be full of external beef. Wait, do you want to be full of internal beef? But if you have internal beef, then you are beefing with yourself. That's also not good. Do we have to side of the chat? Deep emotional thought, I ate burger. Whoop! Well, now the game is giving me... Speaking of stress, did you look into mouthwashing? Oh my god, Ushao. I just spoke with somebody about mouthwashing like the other day. Today, Mocha was playing mouthwashing and I was on her stream. Like, am I also destined to play this game? And we are here again-ish. It does not look the same. There isn't the clock anymore. Mouthwash is actually very good. Very good. I sympathize because I feel like I've done all the stupid things Ellie did, depression, stupid self-expectation, burnouts, but I had other things going on too, you know? Wait, but... Wait, is that the... Is that the laser from the one of the very first games? Dave should buy Coda an apology burger. Yes. I think that would make it... That would make the beef between them. That would cure the beef between them. Making it into a burger. Am I gonna float? Yes. This is Coda's vision. Aww. And we see the labyrinth. Oh. Whee! Yes, the stars! Hope on the horizon, I called it. Yes.
Turn back.
Oh.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going.
Very good individuals.
But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired. But I know that you're strong. So turn back. Turn
hopefully that means that it was good. Yes, the vibes are immaculate. They've made it so you touch the beam and die. He took this away from you. He took this away from Coda. That was practically the first thing we saw, yeah. Why is it called the Beginner's Guide? Can't wait to watch the YouTube analysis video. Same! I need to watch all of the video essays on it with interpretations, because I wonder how many things we didn't catch up on and like different interpretations. Maybe it's a guide to help beginners avoid the mistake he made. That was rough. Yeah. I think it was. It's a beginner's guide to Coda. Do you think it's a beginner's guide because in the end... Wait, for Coda? Not for Dave? It will give you the most if you have been in the creative industry and need to find a way to begin again. Yeah, or sarcasm, should I say. Might be as well. But yeah, I think, and this is something that I've been trying too. Like, for example, because I realized that for years I've been drawing only digitally, and I felt tired of it, I would say, or rather disconnected from... I just stopped enjoying the drawing process. So I picked up paints and started painting like physically, and you know, needed to relearn stuff. And I always found a lot of joy in learning, in just the process of trying new stuff and failing and trying again, I guess. Well, failing isn't always enjoyable, but taking knowledge from that always made me happy. Like, you know, turning back on stuff that I painted or I drew and be like, oh, I did this thing well, this I could work on, but now I know, now I'm aware what I could have done differently. But there's definitely layers of meaning to it. But Dave definitely starts out presenting it as, here's an introduction to this person's art. Yeah, and the scope of the changes that he made. And you know, at the very beginning, he's presenting it as, you know, coming from a good place, from a place of concern, that, oh, he's just concerned for a friend, and he was hoping that, you know, sharing their art would make other people appreciate them. But truthfully, from the beginning, and I think I mentioned it as well, he was putting down most of this stuff. Like, he was like, oh, I don't get why they would do that, so I changed that. Oh, I don't think that was a very good attempt. Like, why? On the one hand, he wanted other people to appreciate his friend's work, but he wasn't appreciating it fully, I would say. He was very critical of it as well. I think Dave started out thinking that it was for beginners to Coda, aimed at people who had never heard of Coda, and Dave was the expert walkthrough, a person who knew Coda best. Only once they started talking did he slowly start to realize how little he knew. The beginner's guide to social interactions? The beginner's guide to rediscovering creativity? Very good. I really liked it. I think I would need to replay it again, to be honest. I am sure notes were written by other people. Maybe by people who saw the game after Dave released it. The house made me very upset. Oh, wait, lecture. Now that I think about it, do you think that maybe Coda was sitting in the audience while it was Dave giving the lecture? Hmm. So yeah, Coda did. In 1 month, they made the map, and next month they made like this test game. Then in the same month they released this. In the same month they released this thing. The next month, then it took another month, and then same month they did the exiting. Then it take 2 months to build the house. Next month they make notes. And then it started to take more and more time for them to make any games, because you can see these were creative projects by Coda. Like, they were their ideas. It was just this. These were her ideas, and then here at the top of the tower. Yeah, the lecturer is telling you have to have all these ambitions, which would line up with what Dave seems to have been telling Coda. Yeah, that's what I thought it right now as well. Yeah, so I think here, Coda was keeping... I think Coda here had their own ideas, and then they made this one, where they locked their ideas on top of the tower, which was hard to get to. But Dave broke in, I would say, to see into their mind, into their ideas. Here, I think Coda tried to make a puzzle for Dave. But then I think here, Coda started feeling trapped by Dave. It makes me wonder about the house, because here Dave said that Coda was very happy here for some reason. And Coda made a game, with endless game, where you take care of a house. Where you have a nice conversation with somebody and take care of a house. The theater, we had a director telling you that you need to speak to this person, but but constantly they are telling them that you're doing it wrong. And I think that might have been also Dave being on Coda's ass, being like, no, you should have said that, you should have done this, you should have done this. Interesting. I am really curious. I want to watch some video analysis on the game. Can't wait. It's gonna be very good. But I think I need more time to like process everything here. I would like to spend more time like just with thoughts about it. And we have very nice sounds in this menu, so I don't want to leave. The game about how it took time and patience to see Coda's insight, Coda's feeling, and Dave cheated to super speed up the stairs. Yeah, exactly. I think, oh my god, I think we did a better job of reading the author's intent. In retrospect, every game tells the entire story. Yeah. And every time Dave missed it completely. Because those games weren't meant to be, you know, played for, I want to say enjoyment. They weren't supposed to be just shooty bang bangs. They were supposed to convey something, and he completely missed it every time. So good, such a good game. Love games like that. But oh my gosh, usually this game, at least when I was looking on Steam, usually it takes 2 hours to finish. It took us almost 4, but I was yapping a lot, and I think we had some very nice discussions. Opened my heart a bit to you. I hope you didn't mind. Didn't want to make it too heavy. But yeah. This reminds me. I have therapy this week. Highly recommend. Everybody should give it a try sometime. You're still outside. Loomis, you're gonna freeze. Grab the bunny and go back inside. Stop doing this. I'm sorry. I forgot I locked you outside. Kicked Loomis out of the airlock, locked them outside. Yeah. God damn it. But yeah, burnout is horrible. Horrible. And I need to think more on the idea of Dave and Coda being the same person. Makes me wonder that maybe the name Coda is unusual, and I need to find if there's a meaning behind it, because I feel that there is. I think there's a meaning behind like titles of chapters. Like, for example, you know, we had a title of chapters. I wanted games because some games had longer titles. But yeah, we had Tower, which we associated with tarot cards. I think Whisper was a great idea. Made me very, very curious. But yeah, I think for now, thank you all so much. I think I'll be wrapping up to go to bed because it's getting late. Coda is the end of a musical composition, but it's used idiomatically to mean the final concluding section of any kind of creative arc. Huh. Concluding section of any creative arc. So I think that you could interpret it and also the fact that Coda stopped producing games as if we go back to the interpretation that Coda and Dave are one person. I think that would mean, and Coda saying to Dave, piss off, leave me alone, stop trying to reach me. Basically that the creative arc in this regard has ended and Dave won't be able to create anymore. That creative vein has dried out. So either it means Dave is not going to create again, or he needs to find a different outlet, I think. Because this was specifically about video games, but I feel that, you know, I think if you have a creative streak inside of you and need to create, sometimes I remember speaking with people and some told me that for them the best way to fight so-called art block is to try something new, like to dabble in, like if you are usually a painter, maybe try sculpting, maybe try writing, or maybe if you do, I don't know, other stuff, maybe try doing some creative cooking. something completely out of your comfort zone to break the routine. But then again, I think in this story in here, I think the relationship between the author and the audience was also a very big factor. I think the pressure to create was another thing. Is that to say that Coda had reached where Coda needed to be? That Dave didn't need to push Coda out of it? Dave saw Coda's games as a beginning that Coda should step out from, but for Coda it was ending the niche they'd been looking for. Wait, what? Loomis had an epiphany. I have a confusion. Wait, okay, so you mean that the beginner's guide as in Dave is the beginner? Because he's what, beginning a creative process? Coda is the ending. Oh, like Alpha and Omega. Interesting. So, oh, and that's why, interesting. But even a final segment of something that wraps up everything that came before, even a series of real-life events that feel like they make a coherent whole, can be called a coda. Like an arc? Like a story arc? Dave was the unhappy one needing a path to change. Coda was happy where they were? Maybe? Oh my god, Loomis Loomis, I see your enthusiasm. I'm trying to catch up because it seems like your thoughts are running, your brain is exploding. I can see that in your messages and I'm trying to catch up on you, but you're running 100 miles per hour. Because I lost you, like, wait, are you suggesting that from the beginning, is this a part of a theory that is this a part of the theory that Coda is a separate person from Dave, or are they the same person? I need to place it somewhere. Million pieces fell right into the place, and you are trying to verbalize a million pieces at once. I understand. I have that sometimes as well. Different people. Okay. Different people, and Dave was in a completely different place in life than Coda. And Coda was happy with their creative process and creative outlet. And they had a complete, let's say, arc. And Dave is lost, and Dave is at the beginning stage of their creative journey? Do I understand that correctly? Absolutely, Karma. But do that on Discord, please, if that's okay. Or if Loomis allows it, maybe here as well, maybe other people in chat would also be interested in a good video essay. So on Discord it's safe. In the chat you're risking Loomis's wrath. So here it's Loomis's domain, so I can't save you. I mean, maybe I can unban you in any case. But yes, I will be most likely looking up essays for myself as well. I think I really need to process the game. Let's not anger the Loomis. Very smart, very smart. And thank you so much for the link. I'm gonna be happy to watch it. I think I also have like a couple of YouTubers that I really like that probably have covered the beginner's guide, but maybe I haven't watched those videos because I wanted to avoid spoilers. So maybe I need to revisit those as well. But yes, I've been I've been talking about wrapping up, so I need to make the decision to do it. Sorry. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, it's so funny because during the stream I was lurking in Inky's chat, in Mocha's chat, and then I open my browser and I have 2 tabs with myself. Thank you guys so much for the raids. Where should we drop in? Ooh. Oh. Oh. Would you guys want to join Cult of the Lamb, for example? Give me a second, let me check if they're gonna keep playing for a while or not. Coda feels complete in their quest, in their quiet self-expression. Dave is unhappy, always wanting more. And Dave, I think Dave also said that he cannot imagine life without external validation. Dave is the beginner who hasn't found that peace, but Dave sees himself in everything. He thinks Coda is unhappy, that Coda needs to reach out, and tries to force that on Coda. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Coda was happy just creating for themselves, and Dave was pretty transparent that he is nothing without external validation. Man, now I'm having internal turmoil. Like, he said that he cannot imagine not living with external validation, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I've been creating for so long, and I've been interacting with people, like, I've been getting that external validation for so long. I don't know if I could go without it. I like to think that I could. Man, I took like sometimes even a couple of months breaks from streaming, from creating, so I hope that means that I could. If the tarot starts with the Fool, the beginner, unexpressed. It ends with the world, completion, everything you need. In between there's a tower, the place where everything falls apart. Where did you get the Fool and the world? Because did I miss that? Anyway. I need to look for more games like The Beginner's Guide, like Stanley Parable. I love meta games. I love games that sometimes break the fourth wall. I love games that speak in riddles, that we can, like, smash our brains together. They are at different stages and they can't meet in the middle. I think you're right in that they are at completely different stages, and that Coda was just happy with where they were, just creating for themselves. Span should pick a number from 0 to 17. What are we playing? Blackjack? 21? Why 21? I like 17. 17 is nice. Anyway, Philly better be quick because I want to set up the raid. God damn it, ad starts! No! Snooze. Wait, am I picking a card from tarot? Oh no. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? Yes. Wait, I chose the star? Oh, that is so on brand. Oh, Philly, don't tell me that. I'm gonna be. I'm already so happy. But I don't know what were you like choosing? Perfect choice. Perfect, indeed. And it helps that I don't know anything about the tarot cards, so I can't cheat. Wait, but we mentioned something I could have remembered, but that would be, I didn't. Luma's choose quick. Luma's gonna Google the cards to take the best one. No cheating! You can't choose the same as me! That one is mine already. And 8. 8 is also a very nice number. Very round. Infinite. We have 8 stars in the galaxy. Stars? What am I saying? Planets! Planets in our star system. I don't remember the precise order of most of them. Well, I don't remember the order at all. Oh gosh, sorry. Water is not helping me anymore. What did Loomis get? I need to know. Strength. Very nice. Very nice. But my dears, I am setting up the raid. Loomis strong. I always knew that. But through courage and perseverance, that sounds so much like Loomis. Anyway, my dears, thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for theorizing on what we've been experiencing in the beginner's guide. Fantastic, fantastic experience, fantastic game. I want more experiences like that. But I'm gonna drop you to Gamma's stream. I've been following Gamma for years now. She's so talented. She's also made all of her models. She's a frog. I hope you'll enjoy that. She's right now playing Cult of the Lamb, so maybe we can join her cult and you know, become followers and see what happens. Exceptionally strong. Yes. So yeah, the usual on Discord I'll post schedule. Most likely will be like the other ones, so I'll see you on Tuesday and Thursday next week. If anything were to change, I'm gonna let you know over there. So yes, thank you again. And next time, Starcom. But now, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Whatever times it is for you, I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank